a good sound. That's a good sound from our guest who's here with us right now, Mr. Gareth Gates. Gareth, good morning.
A very good morning to you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's lovely to have you here, and you've brought a friend with you. Who is the fella standing behind you with the abundant hair?
It's my fantastic guitarist, and his name's Pete.
Morning, Pete. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Good. I'm excellent. Cool. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you for being your guitarist. That gives us a clue that you will be performing live with us this morning. But that sounded great. That was the single. That's your kind of. Do we call this a comeback single, or is it just a new wave in your career? How were you thinking of it when you sort of girded your loins and leapt back into the recording process?
Yeah, I think we're all very aware. I think it's going to take more than one single. You know. Just to get back up there.
To get you back where you want to be, yeah.
With the album's finished and it's a fantastic sound. I have been given a lot more creative freedom this time around. I've written the album. I've really got involved in the recording side of things, which is something I've never been given the opportunity to do in the past.
And previously, when you were working, were you frustrated by not having that opportunity, or were you quite happy? Were you thinking, well, I'm not quite ready for that yet? What was the state of mind?
Straight after Pop Idol, I was only 17. I didn't know what sort of artist I wanted to become, what sort of records I wanted to make, and so it was fine for me, and I allowed them to mould me into the artist that they wanted.
Which was more of a kind of, well, I mean, like normally out of Pop Idol you get someone who does, it's very kind of straight ahead pop, isn't it? Really, it's
sure.
But with a broad appeal. I mean, they know what they're doing. Those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'd certainly never criticise anything they do, and it does still work. The last lot from the X Factor still have had #1 albums, and so it is.
But it doesn't give you a lasting career, does it? Their kind of management, it doesn't seem.
No,
to.
I mean, I think that's fair to say. Maybe sort of that format lasts for maximum 2 years. But the great thing is it gives you a great launch pad and a great stepping stone.
People know your name, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I must say thank you for coming on my talk show a couple of weeks ago. You were a great success because everyone got a chance to see, actually kind of get to engage with your personality a bit, which because of the years when you had the stutter, I guess, and you weren't really confident about talking publicly, we never really got to know that. But it really was quite a remarkable thing to overcome. And even this morning, you're speaking fine. It seems to be like you really put that behind you.
Yeah, well, it's something I need to work on. There's lots of stories in the newspapers, and lots of people are talking about my stammer just completely going. It hasn't gone. The program that I am on, it is very much something that need to maintain.
This is the Maguire program.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're an instructor on this now as well. You help other people with.
I am, yeah. Which is a great. That's a really rewarding, liberating feeling for me to be able to do that. I never thought I'd be able to speak, let alone helping others. So it's great. And
this is to do with breathing techniques and so on. Did you have to do some breathing exercises before you came in this morning?
Yes, I did. My speech isn't at its very best right now, so that's just the way it works. You have good days, you have bad days, and if you become complacent, which reading the headlines, I've become quite complacent.
Lazy.
Yeah, you
lazy Gareth. That's what he's known as in Maguire circles. He's known as Lazy Gates. But you're not stuttering this morning, stammering. So even though you're saying that you're not as on top of it as you might be, still you're communicating far more clearly.
I'm not aiming to become a fluent speaker. I'm aiming to become an eloquent speaker, which is much better. It's more than that. It's about body language. It's about the way that you come across to people.
The whole package.
That's right. As opposed to just being able to speak fluently.
How frustrating for it was you though, knowing that you were personable, you could be funny and so on, but you couldn't get it out? Was it something that was it tough for you to deal with, the fact that you just couldn't communicate?
Yeah, I mean, in social situations, it's like it's all about banter. It's all about the wittiest person gets the biggest laugh. Often I'm showing your circles. You're that person. No.
Well, only here on Radio 2. But, I mean, when we get out of this rarefied atmosphere, no. But yeah, I know it's you can dominate the conversation by being smart-arsey and funny. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was always something that I really wanted to do. I always had them witty comments, but I could never get them out.
Must have been crazy. Yeah, must have been really.
And now I am the funniest guy in my circles, which is good.
That is a good thing. Is that because you're paying their wages though, or is it because genuinely
exactly.
Pete dare not try.
Laugh, Pete.
You do a joke and they're going, yeah, but laugh. Okay. Well, I'm pleased, Joe. I'm really thrilled for you because you deserve it, and you're a very talented young man. You have a great voice. I've heard you sing before. I've heard it just a little bit now that you're going to do for us live here. I would hope that it's going to all work for you. You said earlier you couldn't really be the artist you wanted to be. You weren't even sure who you wanted to be. you've made a conscious decision about what kind of music you want to make and what kind of artist? Did you sort of base yourself on other people's careers, other people's work, or are you just thinking this is the sound that I feel most comfortable making?
Yeah, lots of people say it's a very mature sound. Did you purposely go for that? And I've never set out to be okay. I want to do this. I want to do that. It has been a very organic process in that. I think it's been 5.5 years since Bob Ireland, so I have got older, and I think naturally my taste in music, the sort of music that I want to make, just because I've got older, has got a little bit more mature. So you see, it's never been a forced thing, and the great thing about writing the album, we didn't have any deadlines, and so many people in the industry just write to fulfill a brief, in that the record company says the album needs to be ready in 6 months, and so you just writing for that. We didn't have any deadlines, so it was really
I would have thought, as you said, it's rare, but at the same time must be very nice. It must have been quite a liberating thing not to have to go back on for that.
Yeah, no, it was great, and I've been very fortunate to work with some amazing writers. And
you worked with Judy Suki on the album, because I didn't know she was still knocking around, but she was a great writer. She wrote some great songs, of course.
Judy Zuki's is a legend. She really is. She's actually one of my really good friends now. We meet up often. And she's a fantastic writer.
And romantically, you have a young lady in your life right now?
I have, yes. My girlfriend's called Suzanne. Yeah, we've been together for 4 years now.
I had to stop and think, wow, that's a long time. It's a long time for a young man, because you're what, 22, 23 now?
I am.
And you've been a grown-up, I suppose. We'll count you. Let's say from 15 onwards. We'll say that's when you. So that's like almost half of your grown-up life. You've been together with Suzanne.
Which is nice.
Yeah, she sounds like a nice young lady. Will you? Do you think you'll settle down with Suzanne?
If you're talking about marriage, she'll be the first to know.
Okay. What's that mean? Yes or no? What you think about it?
No, just like lots of people go, he's a wedding bells, and that's the line I've been told to say.
Have you spent the whole night together yet?
No, in fact.
Okay, well, let me be the first to know when that happens. Okay, we're going to play a track. We'll chat a bit more afterwards, maybe. And Gareth will be performing live for us with Pete. What are we going to play, Andy?
Bit of Marvin Gaye.